is up, people? This is your boy Abhimanyu, back at it again with another video. And those of you who do not follow me on Instagram would be surprised by what I'm riding right here. How on earth am I riding a Himalayan, right? Well, Royal Enfield called me up about a week ago, asked me if I wanted to ride the BS4 Himalayan, and I was like, why the hell not, man? I was so happy. I mean, I was all professional on the phone, like, yeah, alright. But inside, the kid inside me was so happy because I've always wanted to ride a Himalayan. I mean, this is something in the Indian market that is different from all the other competition. I mean, this machine right here does not even have competition in the Indian market right now. So I was always excited to ride it, never could get a chance to ride it, but when Royal Enfield called me up and asked me if I wanted to ride it, man, I was happy. So yeah, this one right here is the new version. This is the BS4 model. I haven't ridden the BS3 version, so I cannot tell you the difference between the BS3 and BS4, but from what I've heard, there were some issues here and there with the BS3 version that were resolved in this one. So all the complaints that were of the Himalayan owners of the BS3 version were listened to, and this right here is the product of customer feedback. This is such a great machine to ride, man. Of the 1 week that I've had it with me, man, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. But you long-term subscribers of the channel would know that I've ridden a lot of motorcycles, but I've never given reviews of motorcycles. And same is with this one. I would not be giving you a statistic review of this thing. How much power does it make? What size of disc does it have? All that stuff not gonna be here. But what I'm gonna tell you is what this bike feels like to ride. And man, to sum it up, it's a pleasure, man. It's such a pleasure to ride this motorcycle. So I'm gonna divide this thing into 3 parts. Alright, the first one being what I'm doing right now is city riding, although this is also a highway, but this is inside the city, so apparently, yeah, you get what I'm trying to say, right? So city riding is effortless on this thing. The torque gets you from point A to point B, no problem whatsoever, and the maneuverability on this thing is stupidly crazy, man. It's so fun to flick around in the traffic. It's so fun to avoid these assholes. I mean, yeah, you saw right there. Now I'm gonna talk about the brakes. A lot of you might find this as a bad thing. I find this is a really good thing because I am a crazy lunatic. That is, the rear brake locks up real quick. I always love motorcycles that have a good rear bite. I love sliding around the rear end. Some of you might not like it. I mean, obviously it is not very safe when you're trying to brake hard in emergency situations, but once you get used to it, it's alright. I hope the audio is fine because nowadays the weather's all messed up. The bike's all dirty because there was a sandstorm last night. I mean, there's sandstorm every alternate day now in Delhi, and you can see what's happening at 1 in the afternoon. This weather, 1 in the afternoon, it's crazy. I mean, but the upside to this is the temperature has gone down. Talking about the city use of it, really easy, really comfortable. It does not even shut down in heavy traffic. It does not heat up that much. You see where I'm going with that. This bike would do 80 to 100 easily in the city, and it reaches that figure quite damn easily as well. And talking about the vibrations, it has none. And also filtering through traffic on this thing is a breeze, and even these under construction roads are a joy to ride on when you have such a great suspension and such a plush seat. I mean, comfort is the one thing it does not cut corners on. It's so damn comfortable. And also cutting through traffic, I mean, like this is really easy because of the small turning radius on this thing. So coming on to the second point now, the highway riding. I really wanted to take this baby out for a long ride to the hills or something like that, Himalayan. I mean, that would have been true to its name, but I couldn't do that because I just went to the mountains the week earlier. So I just ended up doing a Sunday ride with my group 77 HP. It has all kinds of motorcycles. I ride with them on the weekends, on Sundays, and also some night rides, that kind of stuff. You get me, right? So yeah, we went to this place called Throttle on the Gurgaon-Faridabad road. It has some twists and turns, some straight patches as well. I mean, there are only a few places we Delhiites can really go on Sunday mornings. So yeah, that's where we were, and man, this bike keeps up with the higher capacity motorcycles really well. On the highway, cruising at 80 to 100 is a breeze. I mean, you can do those speeds all day long and you wouldn't even feel tired. That's the kind of comfort this bike gives. And plus, as soon as there's a patch of bad roads, those super bikes would be at the back of the pack and you'd be standing on the foot peg and speeding through the broken roads. I mean, you know the condition of Indian highways, right? There can be speed breakers and potholes anywhere. So yeah, no problem with that there. But there's a but. If you are a crazy lunatic like me who likes to redline in every fucking gear, this bike does not like that. I mean, it can pretty much handle it, but the fuel economy you'll get is miserable. But in the bike's defense, it isn't meant to do that. But what it is meant to do and what it is really good at is off-roading. I mean, this makes me come to my third point, that is off-roading. And man, this bike feels at home there. In those situations, it feels an extension of your arm. For a off-roading noob like me who had never done any off-roading on a motorcycle before, this bike made me really comfortable with it. And after a while I was speeding through everything, taking on everything. And trust me when I say I've enjoyed riding this motorcycle more when I stand up than when I am sitting down. This thing is such a pleasure to ride when you're standing up. It feels so natural. Talking about off-roading, this thing gives you such confidence because of that huge front tire and the big tread on that rear tire. You never run out of grip on the off-road. It just feels so natural. And when you're on a sports bike, even a small patch of dust can slip you off. It made me so damn comfortable after just 5 minutes of riding it that I was full throttling it to make the rear slide intentionally. Yeah man, I was trying to drift on the dirt. Didn't have much luck on it, but I had a noob try on it. I really enjoyed it. Did some skids, did some drifts, all that stuff. Did some jumps as well. No problem there as well. The long travel suspension, man, the suspension on this thing is gold. this is what makes this bike so damn good, the suspension. And to sum it up all, the city riding, the highway riding, the off-roading, everything, to sum it up all, I'd just say this bike can take on anything you throw at it. So yeah man, that is about it. Those are my impressions about the BS4 Himalayan that I had for a short while. I mean, I'm really impressed. And I'd like to say one thing to Royal Enfield: thank you. Not for giving me this bike, but for turning a critic into a fan. And to answer that one question I know I'm gonna be getting a lot on this video is, first of all, I do not memorize statistics and numbers of motorcycles, so I do not remember what the seat height is, but I am 5'10" and I can almost comfortably put both my feet down on this motorcycle. So if you're shorter than that, you'll have to tiptoe a little.